Hey Stampers, it's Anne, the Stampmaven from Stampmaven.com. Today I wanted to show you this fun technique using our Lotus Blossom stamp set available in the Celebration catalog. The colors that I've chosen for this are Rose Red, Perfect Plum, and Wisteria Wonder. My favorite color is purple, although I never would have thought to put these particular colors together. The way I chose these, this is our Stampin' Up! Color Coach. So I was just going through looking for some different purples that I might like to use. And I came upon Wisteria Wonder. So I thought, I wonder what colors would look good with Wisteria Wonder. Since Perfect Plum is in the same family, let me turn it this way. It's a little bit easier to find the colors. I thought, well, let's see what goes with Perfect Plum. Perfect Plum and Rose Red are complementary colors, so I decided to choose the Rose Red, the Perfect Plum, and the Wild Wisteria. Now, this Lotus Blossom stamp set is a 3-step stamping set. And what's really cool about this set is you'll notice on the plastic that the stamp sets come on, they're labeled 1, 2, and 3. And you want to probably stamp them in that order, although I have done it backwards on occasion, but it's a little bit easier for placement purposes if you just follow the tabs 1, 2, 3. And a good rule of thumb is to use your darkest ink for the 1, then the next color for the 2, and your lightest color for the 3. Okay, so let's get started. I cut my card base out of Perfect Plum, and it's 8.5 by 5.5 inches. And then I like to line the inside of my cards as well. So for this outside piece that we're going to stamp on today, it is 5.25 by 4, and the inside piece is 3 by 5, and I'll have those measurements for you a little bit later. So the first thing we're going to do is use our stamp 1, and this is in the Rose Red ink. And I always mount these photopolymer stamps that have tabs so that the tab is in the right corner. Let me do it this way. When I mount it, and then when I stamp, it will actually be in the left corner. So I'm going to just ink it up, the Rose Red, stamp there. And then I'm going to come over here, twist it a little bit and stamp. And then I'm going to come over here and stamp again. So I'm basically going to have 3 focal points. When you're stamping, it's a good idea to have odd numbers on your images or your focal points. Now I'm going to come in using my Perfect Plum, and you notice the tab is up here at the left. You can also just see right through these photopolymer stamps, which is one reason that I love to stamp with them. They're very forgiving, and so even if you get it off a little bit, you don't need to worry, because that's kind of the whole point of 2-step and 3-step stamping, to get that kind of blended look. Now I'm going to use my last color here, which is the Wisteria Wonder. And then I'm going to come in on this one. Let me get my bearings there. Then I'm going to come back over here on this stamp. And you can even not ink it up again and stamp on top, and you notice that it's a little bit lighter. Now, I did not want to use the stems that came in this stamp set, so I actually am bringing in a leaf from another stamp set, which is from our Flower Patch stamp set. It has 19 images, and again, it's photopolymer, so you can see right through it. So I'm going to just come in, and I'm going to turn it the right way. That would help, don't you think? Stamp one leaf there. Then I'm going to stamp another one here. And then over here, I want it a little bit lighter. So then I'm going to come and use the dark one here, twist it, and stamp off a little bit. Come back, use that one, full strength again and on here. Okay, now I've got my images. You notice on this card I use this really cool ribbon from our Artisan Embellishment Kit, which is right here. I also use the pearls. This kit is in the Occasions catalog, and it's got all these great little embellishments that you can use on your card. So I also wanted to show you that you can use other ribbon. In this case, I'm using our Wisteria Wonder seam binding. And I'm going to just cut it a little bit longer than the card, and I want to show you a trick that I use to help have my ribbon lay flat. I've already cut a couple of pieces of our sticky strip, and I'm going to just put that right here. Then I'm going to make sure I have my ribbon centered and do the same thing on this side. Now the cool thing is, well, before I tell you the cool thing, let me trim off this little bit of sticky strip because we don't need that. There we go. Okay, now remember this is anchored back here. So what I did for this card is I just put a little snail here, 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 and here, and then I attached this down. The Wisteria Wonder ribbon won't move because this sticky strip is here, and you don't need to peel that off because you're not going to see it on the card. Then I just use the sentiment Just Because, which is from this stamp set and many more. It's got 23 different greetings, from welcome baby to happy Halloween, my friend. This is definitely a go-to stamp set that you need. And on the inside, I use the same technique that I showed you on the front, and I just stamped a couple of more flowers in there, the little buds, to just sort of finish off the inside of my card. Now, I want to show you one more thing. Like my demonstrator friend Mary Fish says, you never want a naked envelope, but I did not have paper that had the colors in my card, so I found just a sheet of my designer series paper that had my garden green, which is the color of my leaves. I took a Stampin' sponge, and then I sponged around some of the perfect plum and just a dab of the rose red, and now I have an envelope to match my card. Isn't that pretty cool? If you're not familiar with the envelope liner, it is one of our framelets. You get 3 sizes. This little wee one here is the one that you can put in the 3x3 note cards. This middle one goes in the Cards and Envelope note card pack that's in the catalog. And this guy right here is the one that you use for our regular medium envelopes. That's the one I used in my card. Okay, well, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.